What you guys, got another video here for you. I'm going to show you how to set up Windows 11 in seconds. So let's take a look at Windows 11. One of the biggest complaints from people is the amount of bloat and also the settings that you have to go into to try and configure Windows 11. And this is where a lot of people make mistakes. They believe that it takes hours to actually set up Windows 11 and get it the way you want. Now, I've made videos before showing you how you can use Group Policy Editor to be able to set up policies for Windows 11 to stop and turn off all of this garbage that most people don't need. And this is all the telemetry, the data harvesting that Windows 11 has, including all of this stuff here. You can turn a lot of this stuff off. So whether it's going into the actual clipboard, or whether it's storage sense, which some people like to turn off for some reason. If you need to turn all this off, you can do all of this in Group Policy Editor. It's super easy. I've already created group policy files and I've got them backed up here on my computer. Now I could put these files into this directory right here and I'll show you. It's inside the Windows directory. So let's go navigate to our C drive right here. Then click Windows, then come all the way down to System 32, right here. And then we need to look for the Group Policy folder. So here it is right here. And it will be empty because we don't have any group policies set on this computer. But I could inject those files into here and it will be done. And I can do this manually if I want to. But to make it simple, I've basically put these files onto my server. And I'm going to use my application to inject them into this location. It will download them, unpack them, and then inject them into the group policy folder. All of the settings have been pre-configured by myself earlier on in the group policy editor. But if we look right here, right now, there is no policies set, but they will be when I inject them. Now, of course, you would need a Windows 10 or Windows 11 Pro edition of Windows and above to be able to use the Group Policy Editor. But I plan on making one for Policy Plus to inject those into a Windows 11 or Windows 10 home system. So if we look inside this Group Policy Editor on this machine, there is no policies set because this is a fresh install. But it won't take long to inject those or import those into the system. The other big problem is the pre-installed applications. If we look at all the applications that come pre-installed in Windows 11, there's lots of bloat inside here. And people just don't simply want it on their computer. Now you could simply come in here and click the three dots and click uninstall and it will remove that from the computer. So there's plenty of different options available to you. You can either go through here one at a time, or you can use applications, or you can use a script or whatever it is you want to use to be able to clean up the system. So let's do these two things. Let's clean out all the applications and let's use our group policy settings that we have right here and inject these into the actual place where they need to be. And then restart the PC and you're done. It's that simple. So for all those people that keep saying it takes forever to set up Windows 11, you're obviously doing it wrong. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got my application right here that I'm going to use. Inside here, I have this button right here called Group Policy Settings. When I click this, what it's going to do is it's going to download the group policy settings from my website. It's going to extract all of the files and import them into the group policy folder in the Windows System 32 directory. I can then use this uninstall feature right here, which will uninstall all of the pre-installed applications inside Windows 11. So let's go ahead and start right here. I'm going to start with the group policy settings and then we're going to click on uninstall apps and we'll let that run in the background. And it should take around about 40 seconds or 30 odd seconds to be done. You can see it's starting to remove the applications right here, right now. And if you look at the very bottom on the screen, you will see that it will give you a sign of how many apps that it's actually removed. So we'll just let that finish off. And it shouldn't take much longer. And it may have already finished, but what we'll do is we'll take a quick look in a second there we go. It's already finished. At the bottom, I can see it. So right here, you should now see all the applications have been removed. So that's less than a minute and we've already done. So if you wanted to continue, you could go ahead and now restart the PC, or you can go into command prompt and do it this way. It's entirely up to you. It will take a few seconds more, but you can reboot the PC and you should have a PC that's debloated of the applications and all of the settings in place. And that's all of the privacy and telemetry turned off using Group Policy Editor. It's that simple. It doesn't take long at all. So I'd say that's taken less than a minute, probably around about 40 seconds or so to be able to get your PC where it needs to be. And if you go into the settings panel right now and have a look at your privacy and security settings, you will see that all of these are now taken care of by your organization because you've set group policies for these. These are all grayed out and turned off. And because they're a policy, it's very hard for these to be turned back on. And you can go through and have a look. Everything has been turned off, all been set by your group policy editor. No need to run scripts or any of that stuff. You can put those files in manually yourself and uninstall the applications yourself, and it will take a couple of minutes if you did it that way. But if you did it the way I showed you, it will take literally seconds. Down here, project to this PC that's been turned off. All of the stuff you would normally have to do manually has been disabled and turned off for you with these pre-configured group policy files. And all the script is doing basically is adding registry files to the system and configuring them to basically turn all of this stuff off. So you can use the built-in Windows app to do all this for you. You don't have to use any scripts whatsoever. You can do all of this manually or just put these pre-configured files into the group policy folder. Now, because this is built into Windows, it means that this can be edited by yourself. You can adjust it to your own liking. You can create your own policies, and you can also revert back to default settings if you want to. There's even a script on my server where you can just reset all of the policies back to default settings if you want to. But let's take a quick look in the group policy editor at the settings that are changed. And as you can see, all of these have been turned on. False deny. The only one that's been left off is the microphone. If you want the camera, you would obviously go here and you'd remove this policy right here. You can edit them the way you like. You would see false deny. You would be able to put not configured, and this would basically give you the camera back if you want to use a webcam. Any of the changes can be made inside here. So if you want to use cloud content, you can go in here and basically do it right here. So I can see right here, there's one I missed. So I need to update this policy setting, and I will do. You can see here, if you disable or do not configure this policy, the Microsoft Office 365 setup guidance may appear in the sign-in. So enable this, and it will not launch. And there you go. So I've taken the time to go through all of these policies and adjust them for you. You don't have to do it. I've done it all for you. You can get these off my Discord server and download these, and you can also put them on your own server or Dropbox or something like that and use this application or use a file to drop them into this location. So like I said before, it's put it into this location right here. And this is what the method I use on my computer. I don't use debloat scripts or anything on my computer. I just use this method. And the reason why is because it's completely reversible and you can turn things off. And they don't normally get turned on by Windows updates because it's set as a policy. So let me just go inside here and you'll see these files have now been injected into this location. Now, of course, there might be the odd straggler left behind that you need to take care of, like a couple of these little items right here, where you can uninstall these. These are just like little shortcuts right here. But the main bulk of it has been removed. The store I've left on here because some people do use the Microsoft Store. And like I said, the applications have all been uninstalled from the system. There's the odd one like this right here, which I can also add to the list if you wanted to, but it's basically just removing this like so, and it will be gone. It's just one little thing. Now, these files are already on the Discord server, but they do need to be updated, and these are the ones I will update to the Discord server that has all the latest settings on them. So I'll upload those a little bit later on this evening when I get home, but hopefully you'll be able to use those and do exactly as I showed you here. It's very simple. Anyway, I hope this video helps you out. It does take literally seconds to set up Windows 11 when you do it the right way. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll catch you on the Discord server for a chat. The link is in the video description. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.